Shalom. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Call halal, all praise, Yahweh, the Most High, by Hashem in the name. Yahweh Shai is only begotten Son of the world, and he calls Jesus Christ. I want you guys to pay attention to this right here. Because the sunlight, it's pretty cold out here. But I want to bring out some scriptures, and I want to show you guys a picture that matches up with this in my forehead. I don't know if you guys can, hang on. You guys should be able to see. This is the same guy. Right here. How's it going, sir? Doing all right, doing all right. Preaching the word, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And just recognize that dot. Dot right there. But Revelations 7:2, I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And so-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, and Native Americans in the uppermost part of the earth are they are the sorry, my hair looking crazy, but those are the true Israelites, the Mexicans, Black, and Latinos, and Native Americans up here in the uppermost part of the earth. And another revelation of that is 9 verse 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of, it says God, but I heard his name in my dream, John 17 verse 6, Yahweh, the seal of the Most High God, Yahweh, in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should torment them, be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And that's the thing that goes to Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy 31. He will cast this evil upon us if we forsake his laws, statutes, and commandments, and what was spoken, the covenants and promises that were spoken to us. Bring out. Okay. Yahweh. This is Deuteronomy 31. Okay. And Yahweh said to Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land. And what land is that? We're in the land of captivity of America. They even taught us in history classes, who we were. But we're blind to it because that blindness and that delusion is so real. Going whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them. So it doesn't even matter if it's America, it's in every nation under the globe, under the sun. And okay, he said, whether they go to be among them and will forsake me and break my covenant which I made with them, then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, which is this day, and I will forsake them and will hide my face from them. That matches up with Job. And they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them. Death, pestilence, the sword, you name it, spiritually and physically. And they that will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because our God is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they have wrought and that they return unto other gods. Now therefore write ye this a song, and teach the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. And what song is that? You know, we heard the curses. I heard upon the curses of Deuteronomy 28, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And you know, and that's what happens, you know, if you listen or don't listen, you know, he's gonna send these curses and these blessings upon you. And that's what all the books of Psalms is talking about. And like this, Psalms, prayer of David, Psalm 17, hear the right, O Yahweh, attend unto my cry, give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of friends' lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved my heart, thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Just like the elect, you know. This is like, we're purposed to where he's building us up, you know, every day. And basically, you know, he visited me in the night. And, you know, I pray, you know, verse 8, keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Psalms 40 and 12. But with their mouth they speak proudly, and that's what this people do. They speak proudly and forward things in this world, and you know, not regarding who created this world and what for. You know, this is the initiation into the afterlife, everlasting life. You know, you got to endure this to, you know, endure, you know, what's to come, you know. And, you know, the world that's to come is built, it was created for few. Not a lot of, like, a lot of you who is listening, y'all ain't, you know, you're not going to follow me. You're not going to really hear out my testimony, you know. I died twice at birth. And listen, I just seen something. This is Job, and Job 14 and 1, man that is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth as a flower and is cut down. He fleeth as a shadow and continueth not. And doest thou open thy eyes upon such a one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass. Turn from him, that he may rest, till he shall accomplish as a hireling his day. For there is a hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again. You know, when you're cast down to the ground, and, you know, your body, like, he didn't let his Holy One see corruption. You know, he didn't let the seed of Israel, Isaac, you know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he did not let that, you know, he was, when he came to judge, you know, he wanted you to let you know perfectly, you know, that this happened from his power, from, you know, your doings, you know, and he's going to reward you according to your evil and your good. And, basically, Job 15 verse 2, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yeah, thou castest off fear and restrainest prayer before Yahweh. For thy mouth uttereth thy iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah, thy own lips testify against thee. And what is that saying? Thou art the, you know, and this is asking the question, you know, but this is basically stating, you know, your own lips, your own mouth, your own wisdom, your own understanding is going to judge you in these days, y'all. Art thou the first man that was born, or was thou made before the hills? Hast thou heard the secret of Yahweh? And that's wisdom. I heard upon the moon. And doest thou restrain wisdom to thyself? No, I just told you. And this is the thing. And it's gonna sound so crazy. It's gonna sound so crazy that they ain't gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe the seal on my forehead. You know, they could look at all these other marks. Look at that one. That one's distinctive, you know. Ezekiel 16, or I'm just gonna pull out all these verses that I have, because basically, you know, there's so many scriptures on this, and to have the wisdom and understanding, the knowledge to understand why that face is in my forehead, it's because it's love, man. It's banner of love. Let me see if I can pull that up. This banner over me was love. Let me pull that up. This banner. Slacking. Technology is cold out here. Psalms 20 and 5. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and that in the name of our God we will set up our banners. Yahweh will fulfill all thy petitions. And that banner was, you know, the seal, you know, the seal of salvation, of everlasting life. And Psalm 60 and 4, thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Okay, Song of Solomon 2 and 4. He brought me into the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. What love? You know, there's no greater love than salvation and everlasting life. You know, and there's no greater love than, you know, having a man okay with living a poor life, so he can explain with the right insight, and I'm talking scriptures, you know, not the wisdom of this world, because, you know, his name's, you know, Romans 15 and 20. So I don't build on another man's foundation. You know, if you see what's happening, it's a same cycle, a 360 cycle, when somebody tries to get in the truth the wrong way, not through the shepherd's door, the marriage chamber. You know, the moon, the wisdom. You know, she's got to give you. The Most High's got to give you wisdom, and wisdom's, you know, she's the one that's gonna pull you through all things. And you know, she delivered me out of the bottomless pit. And you know, she that banner, she put it on me, you know. Song of Solomon 6 and 4. Thou art beautiful, my love, as Tabrizah, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as an army with banners. The army of the Most High God, the 144,000. That's the army. You know, that's that high calling, that high rank. Song Solomon 6 and 10. Who is she that looketh forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners? Okay. I'm gonna go to, let's see, make thy face shineth upon. Okay, just pay attention to my forehead. Okay, keep looking. I'm gonna try to keep it at a right angle. Job 25 and 5, this is talking about, you know, even his angels aren't pure, you know, until we put off these fleshly bodies and we get our immortality, which, you know, the crown that don't fadeth away. Behold, even the moon, and it shineth not. And if y'all pay attention to the night, the stars are not pure in his sight, because we're in the time of judgment. The signs, the moon and the sun and the stars were given to appointed times of signs and seasons of the earth, of judgment, of wealth, and, you know, peace. And the thing is, we are not in peace right now, y'all. Psalms 39, hang on. Matthew 24 and 27, as for the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And that photo that I showed, if you pay attention, the light is shining actually from the east and beaming to the west. And Luke, another precept of that is Luke 17:24. For as the lightning that lighteth out of the one part of under heaven shineth unto the other part of under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. John 1 and 5, and the light shineth in darkness, because there's people still speaking the truth. They got the light, they got the truth, and some people just give up on teaching. But the thing is, got to keep doing this. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And what the thing is, when you're brought into darkness and, you know, not into light, that's when you understand the light. Okay? Like, this world is not the love that they preach and all that. 2 Peter 1 and 19, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, because I heard upon the moon, so I'm sure, like with my life, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. And what light is that shineth in a dark place? The moon, until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts. Okay. I'm gonna try to find the scripture. Cause thy face to shine upon thy servant. Numbers 6 and 25. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Okay, look at that. Okay. There's I don't know, because Daniel, it matches up with Daniel too. Okay, Job 29 and 3. When his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, because he brought me into darkness and not into light, you know. Hang on. Psalms 31 and 16. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. And every time it says thy servant, it's talking about thy chosen one. Make thy face shine upon thy servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake. I got broke bones. I'm out here homeless. I'm trying to tell y'all, hey, but this is for you. This is for everybody on YouTube, not on YouTube. So maybe they can get drawn to the truth, you know, on all platforms. Psalms 50 and 2. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, Yahweh has shined. Psalm 67 verse 1. Yahweh, be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause thy face to shine upon us, Allah. Yahweh ba'ashem Yahweh shai ba'ashem rekakodash. Psalms 80 and 1. Psalms 80 and 3. Turn us again, O Yahweh, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. You know, that's when you're saved, when you got that face on you, you know. But that's only between you and him, nobody else. I'm only here as a servant to help you with my testimony and my word. And he told me your Bible is your salvation into heaven. I asked him what the seal was. He said it's a restoration seal. And you know, I'm talking about like in the hottest heat of the heat in the summer, man. He can give you chills. I've done it. He's worked through me. When I've told people I met the UFOs and heard upon the moon, this gives people chills, because this makes Satan shake. Me knowing this truth and having this face on my forehead. Psalms 104:15. And wine that maketh glad the heart of man. What wine is that? The wine that is mingled. Who mingled the wine? It was wisdom. And you know, I supped with him at midnight. Went out to meet the bridegroom, you know. And that's in the scriptures, y'all. And it was the most terrifying thing in my life, but it happened so I could remember. Just like when you get whooped when you was a little kid, you ain't ever gonna do that again. You know what I mean? And if you do, you already know what's about to happen. Psalms 80 and Psalms 119, 135. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Ecclesiastes 8 and 1. Who is as the wise man, who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. Slacky, I'm trying to find Ezekiel 16 and 12. I'm gonna go to, well, this matches up with Ezekiel 16 and 12, but I'm gonna go to Daniel 9 and 17. Man, it's burning cold out here, y'all. This is hell. Daniel 9 and 17. Now therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of thy servant and his supplications, cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary. And what sanctuary is that? His bodily temple, the bodily sanctuary that is desolate, broken, treated like trash of the earth. For Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodah's sake. You know? Daniel 12 and 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Matthew 5 and 16. Let your light shine before men. You know? Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is in heaven. Matthew 13:43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And Matthew 17 and 2. And was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his remnant was white as the light. You know, and that's the 144,000, or the 144,000 sons of men. You know, we got the testimony of our King, which is an honor and grace and just everything above riches, y'all. You know, so we could do this. And you know, it's just like a movie that's being played out. The 144,000 people, the true believers, those are the celebrities in the afterlife and forever, you know. Acts 12 and 7. And behold, the angel of Yahweh, the Lord, came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and smote Peter on the side, and raised him up, saying, arise up quickly. And the chains fell off from his hands. You know, that's when you get that real freedom. But let me go up to Acts 9 and 3. As he journeyed, he came near Dacamus, and suddenly there shined around about him a light from heaven. And that's what happened to me. Innumerable evils took over me, and I heard upon the moon and all this and that, but it was something that happened to me before. So it was like deja vu. I remember this. And roundabout, it's a very beautiful thing, you know, when you get surrounded, because it's either his shield or you're about to get killed. And the thing is, he delivered me out of all those troubles, y'all. Like, I didn't have to touch a finger, and I woke up in the morning. Joy sprang up in me in the morning, because I was just thinking, like, not a scratch was on me, but it felt like so much happened that night. But you know, she entered into my heart, and I wanna bring that up. 2nd Ezra 2 and 35. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. I want to stay upon that shine. 2nd Ezra 5 and 4. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the 3rd trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. Which that's telling you how fast time would be going in these days. 3 times in the night. 2nd Ezra 7 and 55. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. Well, that's deep. You know, that's talking about, you know, that face right there, you know. And the time of their visitation, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 7. In the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Because in the presence of the Most High, you're not gonna be able to comprehend what's going on. You're gonna have to have hope, something that's not seen, just like air and oxygen. But you know, He created it so you could live. You're gonna have to use, you know, all your senses and discernment, you know. to, you know, because your judgment's coming, and what's going to happen is your sins and your iniquities are going to cast you down into a hell of temptation where you might want to, you know, it's going to be dreadful and terrible, where the parable of death might cross your mind. But I'm telling you, your soul's going to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you cannot praise the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, in the grave, y'all. You know? Eclecticus 24:32. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. You know? Baruch 3:34. Okay, hang on. Okay. The 144,000, they were the giants famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature and so expert in war. Those did not Yahweh the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness. Who hath gone up into heaven and taken her and brought her down from the clouds? Who hath gone over the sea and found her, and will bring her for pure gold? No man knoweth her way, nor thinketh of her path, but he that knoweth all things knoweth her, and hath found her out with his understanding. Now, whose understanding is that? That's the Holy Spirit's understanding. He that prepared the earth forevermore hath filled it with four-footed beast. He that sendeth forth light, and it goeth, calleth it again, and it obeyeth him with fear. You know, the stars shined in their watches and rejoiced. You know, the stars, you know, the elect angels, the morning stars, you know. And when he calleth them, they said, here we be, you know, because we're ready to get the fuck out of this misery, because we're drowning, we're suffocating. People are dying for lack of knowledge and wisdom and understanding, y'all, of the full truth, you know. And the stars shined in their watches and rejoiced when he called them. You know, he called me twice. Yahweh the Most High God speaketh once. It says God speaketh twice, but man perceiveth it not, in Job. And that's what happened to me. And you know, when you're asked twice to do something that's sacred, as the scriptures say, and when he calleth them, the bridegroom calleth the bride, you know, and that's basically when he calleth them, they say, here we be. And so with cheerfulness they shew light unto him that made them. This is our God, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. Yasharallah. Afterward he did shew himself upon the earth, and converse with men. So the Most High was here 2 years ago. Put that in my head, and I'm telling you, I was here face to face with him. He's a so-called black man of the tribe Judah. He's a Hebrew Israelite, and so is his son of the seed Jesse, David, you know. So you guys, I hope you guys find this a little edifying. But you know, I heard upon the voice of the Most High God, and you know, I came in the presence of him. And let me pull that up, because it's in Deuteronomy, I think 4:14 or 15. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of Jesus. It says, but poor for all the men that followed Jesus, Jehovah, Yahuwah, all these names under the sun that I didn't hear in my name. John 17:6. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, remember it. The Lord thy God hath destroyed them from among you. So you know, but ye that did cleave unto Yahweh, your God, are alive, every one of you this day. You know, and shalom with that. I hope, you know, I still didn't want to get out what I want to get out. It's cold as a mother. But you know, the children of Israel, you know, it's just on my spirit right now. I don't care. My hands, like, it's red cold right now. But you know, ye are the children of Yahweh your God, ye shall not cut yourselves. You know, if you ever got that suicide thought, get that out your head. Nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead, for thou art a holy people unto Yahweh. This is Deuteronomy 14, by the way. Slakia, forgive me. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy God, and Yahweh hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable things, so-called pork, insects, seafood. Basically, you can eat things that eat the cud, that eat the grass, but you eat anything that eats meat or a predatory, that's unclean to you. I'm trying to see. Okay, this is for some of you brothers in this, because I'm a poor man, so just listen to this. Deuteronomy 15. For Yahweh thy God blesseth thee as he promised thee. And what is that? The seal on my forehead, you know? And thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow. And thou shalt range over many nations, but thou shalt not range over thee, or they shall not range over thee. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which Yahweh thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut up thy hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, and that which he wanteth. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him not, and he cried unto Yahweh against thee, and it be a sin unto thee. So, you know, alms can save your life, you know, but that's the thing. You gotta know what fruit is fruitful and unfruitful, y'all. You know, you can see, like, people are clearly watching me out here in 28-degree weather right now. But the thing is, I do this because this is, you know, I could be dead right now, you know, but he saved my life out of many afflictions. And, you know, I'm a testimony, a testimony, living light to that, you know. And for the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. And if thy brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let them go free from thee. And the thing is, just what's about to happen to the children of Israel, we're about to be let go free, because it's been said, it's been written, it's gonna be fulfilled. And just, guys, remember the names that I say. Romans 15 and 20. You know, the face of my forehead. All, just please subscribe, like this video, and I pray, you know, I could come out with scriptures. Just you know, because this thing is super special, y'all. And you know, it's the philosophy, the vanities of this world. They have blasphemed our God, who created the heavens and the earth and all the things, the elements in it, so they can set it up to the deception and the fall of our people, the people who believe. Shalom, Brakatah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, Baba Kasha, forgive us and help us endure, and give us thy fear, Baba Kasha. Help us to cleave unto thee with all our life and all our soul, Baba Kasha. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Amen.